Hey, Kris, how you doing?
Hey, John, good. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
I got a special surprise for us today.
Okay.
But what are we gonna before I pull out the beer? What are we gonna talk about?
We are going to talk about some fun gear tonight from a company called AudioSigma.
Nice.
Yes.
Did you send this to me originally, or did I send it to you?
AudioSigma, pretty confident it came from me.
Yeah, I was like, I know that like we were all like this was a discovery for me whenever we were trying to figure out like gear and stuff.
Yes, recently you did the setup.exe from I can't think of the name of the company, but it helps one person install heavy gear into a network rack.
Yes.
We actually have one.
Do you?
Tried it for the first time 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
Worked quite well.
Game changer.
Yes, because I was putting in a nice heavy 1500 VA battery backup in the rack.
The kind of thing you don't want to hold with one hand.
No, you don't. Put it right in. Beautiful. Worked.
Oh my gosh.
And then later on did it with a Cisco switch and it worked well.
I'm so jealous. Okay, on this, we're recording this on December 19th, 2024. On this, the Christmas Eve. You can count how many Eves that was.
Yes.
Congratulations. I have brought you a Christmas gift.
Oh, wow.
From the bottom of my heart.
I feel horrible because I have nothing to give you.
You shouldn't feel horrible because you gave me this first. Well, Jason gave it to us first.
Okay.
I've got a 4-pack of Dragon's Milk for you.
Oh.
That's just for you.
Well, thank you very much.
So, if you finish all 4 of these during the show,
no,
you're going to be under the table.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
But you've got your mug to pour it in, so.
I do have the mug. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Lori was like, why do you need 2 4-packs? And I was like, well, one's for Kris.
His and his, right?
Yeah. I may have already drank most of mine. But I've got one. I've got one left.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to go to my backup opener.
What happened to our opener? Is it not on here anymore? Hold on.
Well, there's the one that typically that I bring.
No, I had one here.
Oh. I guess I've just always used the one that I brought.
No, because you kept bringing yours, I brought a red one in here, and now I don't see it. So.
No.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be using your backup.
Okay.
You know what these mugs need is a bottle opener.
Frostiness. So this is actually, and I think we were using these when you were still at Pintfield.
Yeah.
You recognize what that goes to?
I recognize what that goes to.
Opens up the black box enclosure.
And is also a bottle opener.
Well, it's about to be used for one.
Well, that's definitely why they put that lip on it. I mean,
Yeah, it's going to serve double duty.
I'm pretty sure. I also had one attached to this Yeti bag at one point.
That worked quite well.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah. Incoming.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
There you go.
Nailed it.
So.
Bless it.
I'm trying to remember if I had this one on the show. I don't remember. Time for the pour.
I mean, these mugs make a bottle of beer look really, really small. I'm just saying. Like, isn't that a little bit pathetic? I wish, hold on. We'll take a picture real quick so we can put this on the show notes.
I mean, this is 12 ounces.
Yeah, it's not nothing. Hold on. I'm going to get closer to you. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's happening.
So it looks like there's so little in here. I feel like I have to pour in a second.
I mean,
I also need to make sure
we got a whole hour in front of us. So,
wow, beautiful darkness though.
Pink. Oh my goodness,
man, I love that. Love a good stout.
I told you about finding their merch after we drank them.
Yes,
I was like, listen, I would gladly Wear something that said Dragon's Milk on it.
Yeah, so Jason Court definitely approves of this choice.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragon's Milk.
Oh, I got a second one.
Aged Stout.
I'm going to go for 2.
Going for 2.
Hold on.
All right. Where is...
Just so this beer mug doesn't look so empty.
There's the blurb.
Oh, that was terrible.
You could play for the Cowboys.
Or I could play quarterback for the Bears.
Anybody can play quarterback for the Bears, but you got to be able to run for your life.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeez, you can't do anything with
You can't play long for the Bears.
No. All right, here we go. Dragon's Milk. Throughout the ages, Dragon's Milk has been a term used to describe potent ales that were bestowed in celebration at the end of a journey. Hey, that's actually fitting. This
End
is
of a
the
journey.
last show for the year. There you go.
Way to go, 2024.
Yes.
You sucked something awful, but
yes, our signature.
just me? Okay.
Yes, our signature stout carries on that tradition today. Roasted malt delivers notes of coffee and chocolate, married with sweet undertones of vanilla and oak from a 3-month stay. I love that. A 3-hour tour.
A 3-month stay.
A 3-month stay.
In a bourbon barrel.
In bourbon barrels to create a truly legendary blend of flavors.
Legend.
All the way from Michigan
Michigan.
to your lips.
I'm just saying, I only know a few good things that have come out of Michigan. Looking at you, Jason.
Cheers.
Clink.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
I've talked to you about Old Chub, right?
You have.
Yeah,
You've had
okay.
Old Chub on the show.
I have had Old Chub on the show. It's just been a while.
It has. Early on, and it can.
I would like to thank Old Chub for opening me up to the possibility of dark ales. I mean, you know,
Yes.
the stout wouldn't have been a thing if it wasn't for Old Chub. So,
Yeah. So
thank you, Old Chub.
You get a hint of the bourbon, not too strong.
No, it's just like it's on the side of the tongue type.
Yes. A little. I can catch a little bit of that vanilla that they're talking about.
I taste a lot of coffee.
Yeah, coffee. I don't get so much of the chocolate.
I mean, like a dark chocolate, that kind of bitter. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, maybe.
It's not milk chocolate. I can tell you that right now.
No. And I'm not a fan of the dark chocolate.
No. So I've got one of my sisters like loves dark chocolate, but she'll do it with dark chocolate and sea salt.
Oh.
And that's not as bad. I don't know what it is. I'm not saying anything because I don't know what I'm talking about with it. But she's a big, like, dark chocolate and sea salt. That sounded like you broke it.
That was disappointing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, okay.
that was pretty bad.
That was anticlimactic.
Sorry, listeners. That there was no. Well, that sounds great.
Yes, it does.
That, on the other hand, was very nice. Was it?
Oh.
Get some.
Stop.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Just go over the top. Go right on that Dell. It's fine.
No. It's like I knew what I was doing.
It's like you knew what you were doing. Just take a picture of that now.
Yes.
This stuff is awesome. So I would highly recommend the Dragon's Milk. You do need to be careful with it because it is 11% ABV.
High gravity.
So not necessarily.
There's actually a good song called High Gravity. Maybe I can find a way to work that in because it is technically value for value music. Maybe I can add that to the end of the show.
That'd be awesome. At least in the notes.
Yes.
Always in the notes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about Mike.
So, first off, I want to start off with a huge thank you to Fernando, and I know I'm going to butcher this last name. Pires. Pires. Fernando is basically the inventor of this product.
Okay, so why did Fernando call it Mike?
microphone.
Yeah, but
It's a pun. It's a play. Mike,
Okay.
M-I-K-E, microphone, Mike, M-I-C.
I get it, but Fernando is a much better name than Mike.
So,
Sorry, I've got a cousin whose name is Mike. That was not personal. And anybody out there named Mike, especially if your name is Mike and you live in Australia and you downloaded us for the first time.
Yes. Thank you, Sydney, Australia.
Appreciate you.
Yes. So he is the inventor of the product. I've not necessarily talked to him over the phone, although he did offer if it needed to go that far. Top-notch customer service. I mean,
you talked to the guy who made it.
Correct. And his responsiveness to email tech support, unbelievable.
That's awesome.
Unbelievable. When I thought I had a problem, which I didn't, I just didn't properly understand how to use the product.
Okay, that's big.
I said, "Oh, hey, I'm going to ship it to you," and he said, "Yeah, here's my FedEx account number." I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome! Thank you." So I didn't have to pay shipping.
Just going to ship it to you the way normal people ship things.
Exactly. I was prepared to go pay $10-15, whatever it was, to get it to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's in Oklahoma?
He's in Oklahoma.
All right, one strike.
He works for, of all places, he works for Kicker Audio.
I didn't know Kicker Audio was in Oklahoma.
I didn't either.
There's not many things in Oklahoma. And they're just mean people.
Lots of tornadoes.
Anyway.
So this is his product. He's got 3 different options currently in his stable, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be able to put our hands on 2 of those tonight. So
I didn't wait. Is this the?
This is the secret reveal.
Now you got me.
Yeah. So Fernando, you knew that this show was going to happen. I will make sure I get you the link to this. Again, I can't thank you enough for the time and attention that you put into this for me to help me better understand the product, because I was just being a bonehead, and I'm pleased with the product. Tonight there will be, on the beginning end, it might be a little heavy on the nerd talk, the nerd knob, but then we can quickly get into some actual real tangible discussion.
No, it's going to be great. I'm super excited about this. So the Fernando's company is called AudioSigma.
Yes.
Which great name. Good job, Fernando. And he's got 3 different products we want to talk about here. The first one being Mic Hero, that was the
this was his original product.
Originally, this is what it was.
Yes.
So go in the show notes, look up this thing. It is, I like it. I like the bare bones black, like everything is very like,
yes.
And it's only $199.
And I will include a picture in the show notes of his business card. His business card looks like the actual product.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
It's a very nice touch.
Way to go.
So Mic Hero.
Mic Hero.
$199.
Trademark. Don't be trying to call something else the Mic Hero.
Correct. I know you can't see it, but if you have a Podcasting 2.0 app.
See, now we're just going to assume that everybody has a Podcasting 2.0 app, because if you're not using a Podcasting 2.0 app, what's wrong with you?
Yes.
So go get pause, go get a Podcasting 2.0 app, look us up, and come back, and you can see the Mic Hero that we are looking at right now on our screens.
Yes. So you've got the Mic Hero, $199.
Yep.
I can't express enough how portable these things are,
and
in my opinion, affordable.
Oh no, absolutely affordable. We're going to talk about like the use case for each of these 3 products, and we are going to talk about like each one of them being relatively same size.
Pretty close, yes.
Pretty close, and they are, I mean, smaller than cell phones on some
yes.
Maybe thicker, because it's got a XLR on this Mic Hero.
Yes, it does.
that's going to be thicker. But I don't know. There's some cases out there that I'm going to be like, what is going on?
So this is the mystery.
Oh,
this is the mystery box.
That's a little bitty.
Would you like to see it?
I mean, I feel like we got to get to that last, don't we?
No. It goes with what we're talking about.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, unzip. Your limiter, or what? Not limiter.
Gate.
Your gate did not let a lot of that come through. But let me tell you, it was a very satisfying zip.
That's a bummer.
Sorry.
I blame the audio engineer.
I do blame the audio engineer.
I have
his name is John.
To show you the Mic Hero. He sent this to me.
That thing is tiny.
I sent in this one.
Yeah.
Because I thought there was something wrong and then learned that I was just being a goober.
Yeah.
He sent it back with a Mic Hero.
I'm sorry?
Exactly.
Wait.
Fernando is freaking awesome.
Fernando.
And I totally sent him an email like, hey, I appreciate you sent that. Do you need me to send this back when I'm done?
Right.
No.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Okay, so Mic Hero, it's not much bigger than a credit card.
Correct.
It's thick.
It's thick, yeah, because of the components.
You need. It's got the thickness. Really, most of it is coming from the XLR, and the two knobs on the top of it.
Correct.
Those are the controls that you need.
Yeah.
Using this thing, and so it's got an XLR input. It's got headphones out. 2 headphone outs.
Yes, 2 headphone outs.
2 headphone outs. It's got a power.
It's power via USB-C.
USB-C. It's got audio coming out of or going out using USB-C. It's got mic out going USB-C, and then it's got I guess the USB audio is bi-directional. It's got mic out, and then it's got aux in, so you can actually do an aux in as well. There are dip switches on the side for high-pass filters 1 and 2, or normal, which I'm guessing is no high-pass filter. And then a pre-EQ, or like a preset EQ, not a pre-EQ, sorry. So there's normal, and then there's EQ1 and EQ2. And then you can also choose between a dynamic and a condenser microphone.
Correct.
So this will power a condenser microphone.
It does have phantom power.
Which is amazing. 48 volts going out of that XLR that it's got at the top of it.
Yes.
And
on that high pass filter, I was able to find this.
Good job, Fernando. That's quite a product.
At normal.
For $200.
Yeah. At normal, it's 32 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
High pass filter 1 is 80 hertz. High pass filter 2 is 120 hertz.
Okay. So, in the space of audio interfaces, there are a lot of different. There's a lot of different solutions out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm constantly reminded of, like, if you get this, you're really, like, the purpose for buying this audio interface is this, and the purpose for buying this audio interface is this, and whatever, like all of these different things. I'm going to tell you, we're going to get into this here in a second. What he's done at AudioSigma, what Fernando has done at AudioSigma is create these, they're like, it's not fully Swiss Army knife, but these different products that we're going to talk about are very much like utility.
It's essentially
low priced,
as close to plug and play as you can get. You literally set it and you forget it.
Yeah. Find the sound that you like, use that sound.
Correct.
And you just plug your stuff in.
And I know
it works.
Y'all at home won't be able to see this. I won't be able to do it with this particular mic. Boo.
Did you just try to plug the mic in directly?
Well, see, that's the thing. Certain mics actually
can plug.
Will fit. You could literally plug this the one that I think that I've seen people are doing is the shotgun mic.
Yeah.
And this is literally sticking right off of the shotgun mic This plugs into USB into your computer, and you're off to the races.
I think both of our shotgun mics are or all of our shotgun mics are in the other room. I used to have one up above this setup that we have here. I'm not going to go look for that now, but that's pretty awesome.
Yes, I will find the pictures online.
That's amazing.
And include that so y'all can see.
And just plugged directly in, and it's not heavy enough. I'm telling you, this thing is so small. It's not heavy enough to like put a drag on your microphone's
0.24 pounds
components. 0.24 pounds.
Yes.
Not. I mean, it's super. Like the Mic Hero is tiny. Thank you. I get to actually touch it.
Get to touch the merchandise.
I'm just saying that is so cool.
So,
I'm going to go Fernando.
The preamp gain is actually pretty good at 7.5 dB.
Yeah, 7.5 dB. So not anything to turn your nose up at.
Yep.
And these, like the switches are the dip switches on the side. I call them dip switches because they're tiny. Well, that one is actually a dip switch. The EQ one is a little bit bigger than a dip switch.
Mm-hmm.
And so is the high pass, but the dynamic and condenser is just straight up like you should be doing that with a knife, like in a tiny hole. But
so that one
they're plastic, but they do feel like they feel solid. The whole thing is kind of pulled all together with these screws at the four corners, and it's just like the board itself is metal, and then not the board. The board, like you can see the circuitry in the middle of it, but then it's got two metal plates on either side of it that just make it feel very solid. And because it's so little, I feel like there's just a lot there to feel good about. So
that particular one is 3.7 inches by 2.75 inches by 1.4 inches. That's how small.
Yeah. And I'm a knob fader, like wonk. That sounded bad. Sorry. But I just the actual tactile feel of these things matters to me.
Absolutely.
If it feels cheap, then it makes me nervous to have it. And this is not something that I would feel bad about carrying around in a bag, which is, I think, like that's kind of the goal. It's a great, like we talked about plugging it into the microphone, but it's got the little rubber feet on the bottom of these screws. It's great for sitting on your desktop and not scratching the surface or whatever.
Yep.
But the whole like interaction of it that you have is this, these switches on the sides, the knobs on the top, and then a mute button at the very top of it. And it's like that's great. Great job. I like it when people come up with things like this. Got your patent number on the back and everything.
Yeah. And you scan the QR code on the bottom.
And you get a user's guide.
The user's manual.
Nice.
Yes.
Because who wants to look through paper? Who wants another thing of, to sit in a drawer for the rest of your life?
Yes. And based off the purchase of the Podmobile, which we'll talk about in a little while, which came with the case that it's sitting in here.
Yeah, that was your purchase. You didn't buy the Mic Hero. You bought the Podmobile.
Yes. I bought the Podmobile. But
is it Podmobile or Podmobile?
Podmobile DSP. Okay. So, but that case that is in, that is the case that comes with the Mic Hero. So when you buy the product, it comes with that case.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yes.
I thought you just like had this from a...
No. So you can have the pod mic on the one side, stuff your USB-C cable on the other side, zip it up, and you're on the go.
Well, I mean, I'd be not just doing a USB-C cable. I'd be getting one of these solid state Samsung T7s or whatever, and putting that in there on the side as well.
Sure.
Because you never know when you just want to. Mm-hmm. That's so nice.
It is. It's
Okay.
very, very well done. Very well designed.
Big fan. Good job. Okay. So tell us some specs on this bad boy, because it looks great. It feels great.
Okay.
You talked about 7 dB.
70. Sorry. 70.5 dB.
70.5, sorry.
Preamp gain. Signal to noise is minus 115.
Yep. A-weighted.
Yep. I need to fix a typo.
That says BD. I don't think that's how sound is
No, it's
calculated.
It's dB.
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 Signal to noise ratio
Of a minus 115.
minus 115. Dynamic range.
Dynamic range is 98 decibels A-weighted.
Okay.
My favorite, THD, total harmonic distortion. Love that. It just rolls off the tongue.
It does.
Less than 0.01% at 25 millivolts RMS.
If you followed that, then congratulations.
Yes. So we talked about...
You are our
Yes. Your did it.
target market.
Yes. So we already talked about the plosive. That is in the high pass filter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go with a few more little geek things. The XLR in impedance is 3 kilo ohms. The output impedance is 1 ohm. Output power is 400 milliwatts. Minimum power draw. I was really intrigued by this. 1.1 watts at 0.22 amps. Maximum power draw of 2.1 watts at 0.42 amps. And we talked about the size, and again, it is less than a quarter of a pound. It is a really great product. I have used it. It was, again, very easy to set up. It's not like you take it out of the box and you have to do a bunch of software to make it work. You don't have to be an audio engineer. You don't have to know how to use a mixer. You don't have to know how to EQ. You literally just take it out. You can make the adjustments one at a time, find the sound that you like, and that's it. You plug it into USB-C, you're off to the races.
And I mean, I just love that.
Yes. I'm not going to say the company that it sounds like,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like that company. But
just works.
But he is.
It's kind of magical.
He is that company.
It is
line.
So spectacular and fantastic. Stupendous. Wonderful.
Yes. All you need is a turtleneck, and you have the look.
You got the look. Jeans.
So if you are wanting to get into podcasts, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, this is a great place to start. The Mic Hero, $199.
Easy.
There are plenty of good mics, anywhere from $100 to $200.
Right.
There's a lot of them clustered around $99.
There are now. Yeah.
There are. So you could get started crazy cheap.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And I mean, have a really quality sound here.
Yes. And I had no problem getting it to work with Riverside FM.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, we've had some trouble using the Rodecaster.
Guys, I feel like we have experienced a lot of failings
Technical difficulties
in different places with different products that should have been plug and play.
Correct.
And just work.
Correct.
And all of that stuff.
So,
and this one actually did work. So very impressed with that.
yes.
So
I think one thing we did skip is it works with essentially all of the major operating systems.
yes,
Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS. You can plug it right into your phone.
Okay.
iPad OS.
Yeah.
Plug direct in.
And let me tell you,
Android.
That is a much bigger deal than it used to be. But like, yes, all three of these products are agnostic. You can use them on all these different.
Correct.
operating systems. So super well done, Mike. Okay, so the step up from the Mic Hero though, if you've got a little bit more money to blow here, you got the Mic Hero DSP, still an crazy and affordable $289.
Yes.
Not bad at all.
And I have
I like your first line here.
No, that came from them. That's not me.
Oh, is it? Okay.
No, that's directly from Fernando himself.
I'm very impressed, Fernando. Well done.
Yes. We put a rocket on a bicycle.
Yeah.
So, secret special for the Mic Hero DSP.
Okay.
If you go to, and I guess this is a free plug for them, BSW USA.
Okay, BSW USA is something you should go check out anyway.
Correct. That's where I got my Podmobile from. I've got my EV microphones from there as well. Every now and then, they still have the listing, but they just don't have any available at the moment. But on the Mic Hero DSP, they have what they call B stock.
Nice.
Which means it may have a slight blemish, or it's something that somebody purchased and returned.
Yeah.
You can get this specific one for $229.
Wow.
Yes.
You can get a rocket on a bicycle.
Yes, you can.
For $220. And let me tell you what, that marketing is speaking my language. Because there was nothing more that I wanted as a kid than to put a rocket on a bicycle.
Absolutely.
I was the kid who was trying to figure out how to strap bottle rockets to my bicycle in order to shoot at kids that I didn't like. That was me.
I just put firecrackers in between the arms and legs of the G.I. Joes.
I'm just saying, when PlayStation finally came out and I got to play Twisted Metal, I was like a pig in mud. It was amazing.
Pig in slop.
So Mic Hero DSP.
Yes.
What's the difference here? What are we talking about? Why does it have this DSP moniker?
So DSP is where the magic happens.
Yes, it is.
So,
oh my gosh, it was so. Yes, it is.
So
couldn't even whisper.
Now I did add this one. So I will say again, very portable, very affordable, and then I added the little thing that says, like having a studio in your go bag.
Again, I mean, who doesn't want a studio in their go bag?
Exactly. And again, it's going to come with the zipper enclosure. Works with all those same OS. Again, it's going to work with condenser, dynamic, shotgun, you name it. But DSP is where the fun stuff happens. DSP introduces denoise to remove background noise, obviously. You've got the limiter because nobody wants to clip.
No.
You don't want to lose part of your recording.
No.
They've got the depop to help reduce plosives. EQ settings for crisp audio. This gets interesting. It introduces loopback. So you could bring in your podcast intro, background music, or if you want to do commentaries over video.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. And this one I actually really like the idea of it. It has a monitor channel for playback recording without getting feedback. That's what DSP brings to the table.
Yeah, the ability to analyze the signal as it's coming in and to either augment it or to augment is really the word that I'm looking for there. But augment. The ability to do that as it's coming in and not have to do that in post or not have to do that by some physical means.
Yes. And for those that are wondering, the equalizer is parametric.
Yes. Okay. So this is also, he introduced a cool portion. So the physical, manipulation of the Mic Hero are those two knobs on the top, the switches on the sides, and then the mute button on the top. Now on the DSP, if you flip it over, you actually have like these capacitive touch buttons to turn these
to adjust the various levels. They typically, if I remember correctly, they have 3 levels. Oh, and plus, I guess off
Yeah.
with nothing turned on.
Yeah.
But that first level is going to be green.
Mm-hmm.
That next level up is going to be yellow. Highest level is going to be red.
Mm.
So again, it's one of those that depending on your environment, you just kind of go through one at a time.
Yeah.
Get that sound that you're looking for.
And if you're thinking this thing, like those buttons are on the bottom of this thing, and if I, set it down or whatever on a surface, it's not ever whatever. You can lock the touch buttons.
There is a slider on the side so that it locks, so that if anything did hit those capacitive buttons,
it's not
nothing's going to change in the middle of your recording.
Love it. Way to think through it. Oh my gosh, there's the microphone of it with the mic Hero DSP attached to a shotgun mic.
Yes,
and then plugged in
direct
through
to
USB to the computer.
So if you are a voiceover guy, and you're looking for something simple to move around with, that would take care of business. And all you're doing is, if you're in a hotel, you're grabbing pillows and cushions, and you're creating some makeshift booth.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get in there. You're going to have your computer outside of that. You're going to start recording.
And
it's going to be amazing.
Well done.
To borrow from Mike Delgadio, go record something amazing.
Starts at $289. You can also get it if you like Kris was saying.
B-Stock.
BSW
USA.
BSWUSA.com. And go look for that. Okay. Third product here. This one's actually my favorite.
We are not sponsored by BSW all the way.
No.
But if you guys are listening,
just saying,
we love you.
Okay. So those are really cool products, and like, great job, Fernando. I mean, the appetizer, the amuse-bouche, very, very tantalizing, super grateful for it. And then you went ahead and
the piece de resistance
gave us the, ribeye, medium rare to rare.
This is the one that got my attention.
Probably rare.
Thank you, Adam Curry.
Oh, did he?
That's who I got it from.
Okay, so there you go.
So this, I mean, had I known about this before the Rodecaster,
just wouldn't have bought the Rodecaster.
I probably wouldn't have bought the Rodecaster.
No reason to buy it.
The Rodecaster is amazing. Don't get me wrong.
It's great. It's whatever. But like, are you kidding me?
But this is amazing. So again, now this is a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Not huge.
Oh gosh, no.
Compared to the others, but it is a little bit bigger.
No, it's
So it is 3 points. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's a lie.
You put that wrong on there.
That's a lie.
Why would you lie to the people?
That is a lie.
Don't lie.
4.7 by 4.1.8 inches.
Yeah.
So again, small.
Yeah, not a whole lot bigger than, your phone. To be honest, you know who you are.
It still fits.
You people with your crazy
in the palm of your hand
phones. It's smaller than a tablet.
Absolutely.
Way smaller than a tablet. You know what that reminds me of? All you Southern Baptists out there. It's like the size of a Gideon Bible.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd absolutely agree.
So.
With that.
And what do you get with this amazing piece of gear? You get an extra XLR.
You do. 2 XLR in here.
I'm telling you.
2 XLR, the 2 separate headphones out, obviously, because you've got 2 mics.
Right.
You have the equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the denoise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for both. That's separate for each channel.
Mm.
You still have loopback.
Mm-hmm.
You've got monitor.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is actually, I think I understand what it means, but we'll see what you have to say. It has the recording mode where you can actually set an audible stage.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain that to the people?
So stage recording for 2 or more people, add an audible stage to your visual stage. So what I think, and Fernando, please tell me if I'm wrong here, that you're doing, because this is just based on description. I actually haven't talked to you about this. So Please forgive me. So your ears are, in case you don't know this, are incredibly designed pieces of gear attached to your head. So because you have two ears, you can tell not only like you can tell where the sound is coming from, and you can tell roughly how far away it is from you. There's a bunch of things that your ears are doing that you don't even really realize, because we don't do this math in our head. It's not technically math, I guess. At that point, we have to do math to understand it, like a lot of really complicated math. But sound is not just pressure. It's not just waves of pressure coming through the air. There's actually molecules hitting each other, and a whole lot involved with it. So like we're not going to get into velocity and all that stuff, but the way that you perceive sound as a human being is pressure being put on your eardrum. And because you have two ears, you not only hear the pressure difference on the two ears, but you hear the like delay difference between the two ears, and that gives you an idea of the direction that things are coming from. And it's like, it is truly impressive the way that your ears work. Mm-hmm. So a lot of sound recordings, when you're not listening to something live, they can sound really flat. They can sound really one-dimensional. They can sound really that I can tell that that's not like that. It doesn't sound like that's in a room. So what I think that he's introducing here in stage recording, I don't think that it's just reverb or anything like that, but I think that he is giving there's probably that DSP involved to make sure that you can tell whenever you're listening to the whatever's being recorded off of this with the two mics, that these are not the same source, and they are in open space. So part of what's frustrating me right now about what we're recording, or like the way that this is being recorded, our recording that's happening right now, is that this gate is like cutting me off. And when that happens, it's great because you can't, like, you have a gate in order to take off the little sounds that are happening in the room, the things that they're not the source of what we're trying to record, but you also miss some of the feeling of being in a room.
Correct.
So I believe that that's what he's saying that you can do with this stage recording, is not only that it would, I don't know if it shifts it. It says normal, like the options here on record mode are normal, which would be nothing, and then stage, which I'm guessing would make it feel like there's not just ambience, but also the separation of the two. One may be panned a little bit more than the other, or not pan more, but pan one direction and the other one a little bit more. I don't know how he's doing that. I would love to know. But I'm not asking for anything proprietary here, Fernando. Sorry.
Correct.
But then he's also got split, which would make me think that stage may be like a little bit left and right, or a little bit like, but split may be like you're sitting right in between these people, and one is hard pan to the left and one is hard pan to the right. Okay. Now, the other reason that you might want to do that on a recording mode is if you pan something hard left and pan another thing hard right, then when you go into manipulating them, you can split them apart. And basically you're getting the right and left as like signal 1 and 2, and then you can manipulate one source differently than the other. I don't know if that's what's happening, but that's what I would assume.
Okay.
And then, but I would love, Fernando, if you listen to this, if you could just tell me how I'm wrong, or, golly, I mean, what a dream it would be just to, have him call in or something, right? I mean,
That would be amazing.
Are we stretching too far here? Are we bigger than our britches? Probably. Anyway, great opportunity there with the record modes to be able to give, again, that like studio in a box feel with this tiny box that you're purchasing for way less than you should be able to purchase this for. I'm not asking Fernando to increase the price. Please don't increase the price. But like, I think he could get away with selling this for more. He's got a cool, you should probably put this picture on the show notes of these 6 mics, because he's got 3 of these mobiles daisy chained to each other.
Yes, that actually, to me, that is an intriguing feature of this, because it looks like an Ethernet port.
It does look like an Ethernet port,
and you can run the splitters, and I believe you can run as many as 4 of these together.
Yeah, so he's using an Ethernet, like a RJ. You shouldn't call it Ethernet at that point, just RJ45. RJ45 connection. That he's got it labeled as an expansion port.
Expansion port, that's correct.
And so you can grow your rig, as it says.
Yes.
To up to 10 participants. So
that would be 5.
5 of them. Thank you for doing the math there for me.
Yes.
Just get some buddies. Everybody bring your own.
Yeah, like a LAN party.
It would be interesting, Fernando. Again, I feel like I'm just throwing stuff out there. Like it would be nice if maybe that expansion port was on. Maybe it's too much to ask for the Mic Hero, but the Mic Hero DSP. So if like Kris had one and I had one, and I just plugged mine and his together, and then he recorded on his computer, then maybe I could.
But that's why we have the Podmobile.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Don't listen to me. We have the Podmobile. It's fine.
We do. You do. Coming back real quick to denoise and EQ, there are 4 levels of denoise.
4 levels of denoise.
Yes, and I can tell you that it can really behave almost like a noise gate.
Well, I mean, it is.
In some way, yes.
Yeah.
So, but if you really start hitting those upper 2, you can really tell that you have got to get on the mic and you've got to get louder, or you're not going to get anything recorded. And then you've got 3 levels of EQ.
Yeah.
And the really nice thing in the EQ, if you crank it up, you can get that beautiful radio voice with that low bottom.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't have it either, unless I have a sinus infection. And then I get that really good low.
Did you ever watch Friends?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, I don't blame you. But my wife loves that show. More than she should. And there's an episode where Phoebe is, Phoebe's a singer.
Yes.
I don't know if you know the characters.
Yeah, I know the characters.
So least. Phoebe's a singer, songwriter, and horrible, but whatever. But there's an episode where she has a cold, and so she's got like, not only is it nasally, but it's like, raspy and sexy or whatever, and so she loves doing her gigs when she's got her sexy voice.
Yeah,
and it's that like, you don't really need an equalizer if you're sick.
Yeah, if you've got the voice.
Some people do, some people don't. You'd be surprised how many radio voices don't have the radio voice,
and they hide behind the fat bottom.
I mean, lots of EQ on that bad boy.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, obviously with 2 XLR, you've got 2 mic out. Each of you get your own little hearing goodness.
Mm-hmm. Super important.
You've got separate gains on it for each channel. Again, the same 70.5 dB preamp gain, same minus 115. Again, I just had a bad day spelling. It's not BD, it's DB.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, man. Is that autocorrect or what?
Maybe.
Okay.
Sounds better than I made the mistake.
Yeah.
The same dynamic range of 98 dB, A-weighted, total harmonic distortion. I just love that.
Tell me about this mix knob that he's got on here, mic and USB.
So that you can actually, that's where if you were leveraging the loop back, you'd have an audio feed coming in via USB. You could essentially, pan is maybe not the right term that I'm looking for, but if you can, as you turn the knob to the left, you're going to get more from the mic and less of the USB. As you turn the knob to the right, you're going to get more of the USB, less of the mic.
Yeah, it's not pan. It is a mixer.
So the way I see it is you could start off a show, hard right, all USB, play your intro song, and then as you're ready, you could then slow feed it back to bring in the mic. You can start talking and then continue all the way over to all mic and completely shut out that the USB feed. And then you can stay on mic. And if you wanted to throw in a clip, then you can just kind of bring it back, bring in as much of that USB feed as you want, and then bring it back to mic. It is, I mean, it's a great little product. Again, this one, couple more settings, but again, it's literally take it out of the box, plug it in, your system just sees it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're using Audible, if you're using GarageBand on a Mac.
Yeah.
It shows right up. You select it. You're off and running. You set your sound the way you want it. Flip the toggle to lock the touch so it can't get changed on you.
Yeah.
And you're ready to go.
Maybe play with those equalizer and denoise settings a little bit to figure out which one you like the best.
Yep.
And then no big deal.
Yep. And surprisingly enough, the power draw on this is the same. On the low end, it's 1.1 watts at 0.22 amps. On the max, again, it's only 2.1 watts at 0.42 amps.
Yeah, I don't know how he's doing that. That seems like that should be bigger, but that's great.
So it's a very efficient system. So if you were running this off your laptop, you forgot your charger, but you've got a full battery, you're not going to hit the battery all that hard.
Yeah. Same signal to noise ratio.
Yes.
Same dynamic range.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I can speak to this one because it came with it when I bought it. I didn't see it come in the one that Fernando sent of the Mic Hero, but he did send that direct, so that may not be quite the same as if you bought it outright. But what the Podmobile came with is USB A to C. It came with a C to C. And
that's where we're at.
Yes. And it came with Lightning to USB A.
No way.
Yes, in the box. So if you were running this into your older iPhone or older iPad,
number one, Fernando, please don't do that anymore. You don't need to give Apple any money. But also like
this is not the Apple branded. Just to be fair,
I don't care. Like I'm sure that whoever manufactured that had to pay for that Lightning connector.
Sure.
But all those things like that is like that's just. Again, I feel like this speaks to the just over the top nature of AudioSigma trying to help you out. Like they're not just selling you a thing and then being like, "Peace, I got your money. See you later."
Yep, sucker.
Like the cannot emphasize enough how grateful I mean, I haven't talked to Fernando, but he took care of my friend, man.
He did. I've only talked to him. I say talk. We've communicated back and forth via email. He did offer, hey, if you get this and you're having trouble, let me know. We'll get on the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, he was willing to go to whatever length he had to help me. And so coming back to not understanding the product.
Yeah.
I was coming at it from a traditional, I guess I'd say audio background.
Yeah.
And when you're speaking and you see a red light, what do you think?
Clip.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept seeing red and I'm like, oh, too hot, back it off, back it off, back it off.
Yeah.
But then I couldn't hear well in my headphones. So
you're
I'm cranking up the headphone jack and it was introducing so much noise.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I feel like that was what I said to you whenever we recorded that one.
Correct.
I was like, I mean, it sounds clear, but there's some noise that I feel like you're going to have to take care of in post.
correct, which actually wasn't there.
Really?
It was not there. It was all in my headphones.
In my headphones.
Well, what I learned from him is you want to see some blinking red because
Okay.
that's not actually yet a true clip.
Okay.
So when you speak, you want to see some, not all the time,
Yeah.
but
It doesn't need to be always.
if
lit
it's
up.
just kind of periodically coming up, you're right where you need to be.
Okay.
And that allows you to now back off
Yeah.
the headphone and all that noise that I was hearing,
Yeah.
it's gone.
I believe it.
So, and that's
Okay.
that's where the DSP kicks in.
So picture the red light that you're going to see is like the orange lights on your fader.
yes.
You want to see those light up every once in a while. You don't want to be on the low end of your green lights. You want to be at the top end of your green lights, and you want to see orange on a pretty regular basis, but not always lit up. And then that red light is the one that says like it's distorting.
You went too far.
You went too far.
Yeah.
But I feel like, again, we would have heard it if it was distorting.
Correct. And that's where the DSP kicks in. The DSP is also taking care of limiting.
Mm.
So it's okay if you see red light.
Pretty great.
It's not clipping.
Mm-hmm.
And if you did somehow get to there, the DSP is going to kick in and save you.
You go, Fernando.
So I had to unlearn, as Yoda said, what I've learned.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, again, this is totally nitpicking. Maybe change that light to orange. It's fine. Don't change anything.
Don't change
You
it.
did a great job.
Yeah.
Good job.
So
Well done.
the documentation for all of these, very simple,
Yeah.
very easy to read.
Mhm.
And I will tell you what you actually can do because I tried it. If you go to, I did this from BSW. You could probably even do it from AudioSigma.
Mhm.
Yes, you can. You can literally scan the QR code right off the website and pull up the manual.
Nice.
So I was having fun playing around with that.
That's awesome.
So being able to look at the manual in particular of the Hero DSP
Mm-hmm.
to see how it compared to the others.
Podmobile DSP 359.
Yes.
I just it's hard to argue with that, man.
Yes.
You get two XLR inputs,
Correct.
and auxiliary, from your USB connection.
Yep.
Being bidirectional like that.
Yep. And because you've got loopback and you can bring stuff in via USB,
Mm-hmm.
you can run any software that you need to for audio clips, whatever, cart, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
and just bring that right in. And you're not limited to just a handful of pads, and now you've got to change pages like you have to do on the Rodecaster.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that the Rodecaster is not portable, it certainly is.
Well,
It's
it's
not
more
like-
portable than what we were coming from.
Correct. It's not like trying to throw a 32-channel mixer on your back and go into the airport.
No, this is roughly the same size of one XLR up on the Stream X.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's no video, whatever. That I'm not comparing these two. Actually, I'm just saying size wise, or portability wise, because the Rodecaster Pro 2 and the Rodecaster Duo both much larger than any of these products.
Absolutely.
And there's it's a different thought process on how to fix this problem for people.
Yep.
Even the Duo, I'm not I don't really think of that as something that I'm throwing in a backpack. I know they have a bag for it. I know all of the things, but that's not like this is an actual I'm throwing this in a bag setup.
Oh yeah.
And man, the number of times where that's what's necessary. I need to take the interface and the microphone and my computer or tablet.
Yep.
Thank you, Fernando.
Yeah, absolutely.
Golly. Anyway.
So.
Well done.
Yes. So again, thank you, Fernando. You were a huge help in helping me understand the product. And again, the level of support was
Huge.
off the charts.
Yeah. Huge.
And how many times you reach out
Best
to
support ever.
Yeah. It's really huge. It's the best support. I don't think you're going to find better support anywhere. So, but how many times you reach out to support and you actually get the inventor of the product these days?
Oh my gosh, never.
I've only had it happen
unheard of.
one other time.
What was that?
Serial IO. The
Really?
people who did the RF readers that we do for camper bands.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he gets bored from time to time.
He just jumped
and he likes to take phone calls.
Oh my gosh.
Probably close to half of my calls for support ended up being their CEO, the guy who invented the product.
That's amazing.
And he's just like boom, 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 because he knows the product.
I love it. This is my brainchild. I actually know what I'm talking about here.
Yes. I'm sure that...
I thought about doing it that way, but then I decided to do it this way for this reason.
Yeah, I did it my way.
Like, thank you for your time.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's got some people going, hey, your time is way too valuable to do support.
I mean, I feel like Fernando's going to be listening to this podcast going, yeah, I thought about the orange light and just shut up, dude.
Yes. So
turns out the orange light is like 50% more expensive than the red light.
Yes.
Or doesn't exist.
Yes. So I can't recommend these enough. Having used it, again, in fairness, I bought the Podmobile DSP out of my own pocket. This is not Fernando sent me a bunch of stuff to try to blow smoke at people. He did, however, send the mic Hero free of charge. Yeah. Can't say thank you enough.
No, like that's, again, above and beyond. The real thing, though, here is that, like, you know, number one, we're not going to be anybody's yes guys. Correct. On this. It's just like, Ed, yes, if you make it your mission to take care of people, then it's going to feel like we're saying, you know, over the top fantastic things about you.
Correct.
Because that's what you deserve for taking care of people.
Absolutely.
So good job, Fernando. Really appreciate you.
And I want to thank Fernando for making actually a dream of yours come true.
Oh, yeah?
Because what you've wanted is to have somebody send product for review.
Oh, my gosh.
So here it is.
I mean, I'm just saying that's...
So
check it off the bucket list.
Check the box, man.
Yeah, check it off the bucket list. This is amazing.
Yes. So I personally do plan on buying a mic Hero DSP.
Yeah.
It won't necessarily be mine, but technically it would complete the set.
Yeah.
Garrett is wanting to get into Twitch streaming and gaming. So a mic Hero DSP with a simple microphone sets him right up, and he's off and running. Doesn't
have to do really anything on the back end of that. That's great.
No, we could get him something even like a little a Rode pod mic.
Yeah.
And he's going.
You can probably find those for even cheaper than $100 now.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Especially with the USB model out.
Gosh, Fernando. This is fantastic. We got a boost.
We do. We have a boost.
You're never going to believe who this is from.
Yes, definitely not.
Kris, I don't want to
Well, did you catch what I called this segment on the previous show?
No.
Oh, come on, man. Don't you
I do, peek? But I didn't notice what it was.
It's the Jason Court segment.
It is the Jason Court. No, I didn't notice that.
You got to read the chapter note.
Well,
I'm
I'm
sorry, not the chapter notes. You just got to look at the chapters.
Yeah, I will tell you I missed that.
And bonus for anybody out there listening,
Mm-hmm.
certain chapters you can actually click on and it will take you to a page.
No, I have noticed that.
Do that specifically for the beer.
Very handy for finding the beer.
Yes, absolutely. So, from Jason, let me confirm.
Cheers,
Yeah,
Jason.
cheers. That is 121, it looks like. That looks right. 121 sats. And the comment is for the 1.21 gigawatts, or is it gigawatts?
Oh, it's gigawatts.
It's gigawatts all the way.
1.21 gigawatts.
Yes. So last week's or the last episode, I think qualifies as a comedy show.
I mean, I was laughing through most of it.
With the gigabits and the gigahertz.
The gigabits and the gigahertz still make me like, yeah. There's not a lot of things that are just going to make me smile involuntarily every time, but that's one of them. It's nostalgia. It's well placed. Good job.
Yes.
5 stars. Very big fan.
Yep.
But Jason, honestly, I got to tell you what I was hoping you were going to comment on with your boost was whether or not your wife can etch these glasses for us.
We did talk about that.
Okay.
I did send him 2 different images.
Mm-hmm.
I need to follow up and see where they may be on that.
If this is possible.
If it's possible. I think it is. I have done my own YouTube video research.
Have you?
Of course, I don't have a Cricut.
Yeah, right.
The
Cricut is like
going to go buy one.
No.
Although Michelle used to have one.
I feel like it's one of those things that you just find somebody whose wife is a, crafty, whatever.
Can you cut me
I just need you to cut this out for me.
Yes. So, saw how it's done.
2 of them.
Not bad.
No, I mean, it seems like something that you could do for sure, but
absolutely.
Also,
that's somebody who does it all the time.
Right.
So,
anyway, big fan.
Absolutely. So, just need...
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Jason. Oh, guess what literally just happened during the show recording?
What?
We passed 800 all-time total downloads.
Wow.
We were 4 short before the show. We're now at 801. Wow. Now, obviously, to Joe Rogan, that's chump change.
Right. No, well, it's not. We don't need that comparison in our lives.
But to have 800 total, that's amazing. We're
super grateful.
Closing in on 1,000. And it looks like those were all for the previous show, Unify Wireless with the Trappist Delight. So I try to have fun with those names.
I mean, they're pretty great. I'm a fan every time, and I'm surprised by it as much as y'all are.
And then I try to have fun with those chapter names as well.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Hey, thank you again to Fernando for
absolutely
making a great product and giving us something to talk about.
Yes.
And for sending us this little guy to play with.
Yep.
And then, I mean, just knocking it out of the park. Anyway, Kris, probably the last one for the year. No, it is the last one for the year.
It is the last one for the year. But here's something I'm willing to commit to.
Okay.
In the break here,
yeah,
I will do a recording. With the Podmobile.
Yes.
And with the Mic Hero.
Yes.
With the various settings, so people can hear it.
What the difference is.
Here are the differences. Now, it's only going to be me, so it's not going to be quite as fun.
Oh, whatever.
But I will do that.
Okay.
Get it out there. It's kind of the gap show, if you will.
Okay.
And then we will be back in the new year with more shows.
Ready to go.
So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah to those of you out there if you're listening.
Happy Hanukkah.
So,
happy Kwanzaa.
It has, in terms of podcasting, it's been a good year for us.
Yeah. A lot of things happening, but also good year. So
Yes.
thanks for sticking with it, Brad.
Yep. Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
You too, man. See you, everybody.
See ya.
That's pretty good stuff.